Today, we're looking at this, the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. Now, when I was a kid, I used to play Pokemon all the time. You know, I would go to the card shop and play the TCG there. So this is very nostalgic for me, and I've been wanting to get my hands on this for some time. It's always been a little bit out of reach because it can be quite expensive, but it was on sale recently, and I pulled the trigger, and my goodness, I am shocked at how big it was. I actually didn't know anything else about this other than the commercial that was released well over a year ago when this was first announced. Anyway, let's open this up. But before we do, let's just compare it to the size of a Pokemon card, right? Like, that's a Pokemon card. That's how big this box is, all right? It's a big box. Okay, let's go inside. Right, I think we'll make a little incision here. We'll start peeling away the plastic. Okay, so I've taken off the plastic, and now we have to turn it around to open it up, I think. Okay. We have a little bit more tape that we need to remove. Let me just remove that now. Okay, so I've cut into the first seal, and we'll just pull it down like that. Just like that. Okay, should be able to get into the box now. This is the moment of truth. And inside this box we have, well, another box. Okay, so this looks like to be the actual carrying case for the main thing. So this was kind of just a presentation box, and inside is an actual case, which I guess you'd use more often. So move this out of the way. Oh, no, I think there's more in here. And I think these are the cards here. So these are the actual cards. So we'll just put that over there. Okay, so I have this oriented this way. The logo that says Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic is over here. And you just kind of open it up like this. And inside you have... It is nice and felted. And what's in here? So this is their damage counter system and coin flip alternative. Not entirely sure how that works, so we'll just take that out here. And then we have the deck boxes, which these are just the boxes. The cards are not inside yet. Yeah, so I'll need to open up the card box now. So we'll put this off to the side. Okie dokie. So I've got the board open, and now we'll take a look at the cards. So here are the cards. Okay, so we have the decks. Got styrofoam, styrofoam, styrofoam. Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. Welcome, trainer. If you're a longtime player of Pokemon Trading Card Game, you may have noticed some of the older cards have changed. So basically, this also introduced some of the updated rules that have changed. Let's see what else here. Not for official tournaments. So the first deck, they show a Suicune, a Lugia, and a Ho-Oh. So I take this as the fire, this is the water, and this is the grass deck, respectively. And we also get some nice deck sleeves. I guess I'm going to be doing that now. Okay, I guess we'll start with the water deck. We'll do that one first. Okay, so I've looked at the first deck, and my initial impressions are... it's really nice to see a lot of the nostalgic cards. Like, these are great. Like, but I get a bit thrown off where there's some modern art, particularly like, you know, why? Particularly when there are older versions of the same artwork. Like, why is there this version of Bill and the old Professor Oak? Like, why not just use the old art? I don't get that. That's a bit weird and a little disappointing. I'm still pretty happy with it. So, yeah, this is the water deck. Particular fan of the Mewtwo card. That's gorgeous. So yeah, they're all holographic, every card, and it's also a little surprised to see the gym leader cards. I didn't expect to see that there. So that was a nice little surprise, very nostalgic. And also, there are a few extra deck protectors, 4 to be exact. We'll see if that's true for the other ones. So let's move on to the grass deck. Okay, and here is the grass deck. Again, same thing. A lot of old cards, some new cards. Venusaur looks great. it's really nostalgic, and I do love it. One thing I thought was fun is this Onyx card, which I've been playing the Pokemon TCG Pocket, and lo and behold, that's the Onyx that I've been using there a lot. So very cool. All right, let's pack this up and look at the Fire deck. Okay, and now we have the Fire deck, which has some of my favorite cards, let's see, I really like this Voltorb, I like that look. Of course, Pikachu, how can you go wrong with that? Everyone's favorite, Charizard, and yeah, this is a very nice deck. Maybe I'm more partial to this deck over the others, simply because this looks a lot like the deck that I would have had when I was a kid. I had a Fire Electric deck, although I never had a base set one Charizard. I only had the Legends one. Never could get that one. Okie dokie. So let's put this in its little box. And there we have it, the three decks, the Water, Grass, and Fire. I kind of want to take a closer look at the fully evolved starter Pokemon and maybe the EX cards as well. So let's quickly look at those before moving on. Okay, and here are the, the big ticket cards. You got the Charizard, the Venusaur, the Blastoise. I couldn't help but include Pikachu here because it's so cute. But yeah, all of these look great. They're definitely different than their original releases, though. The foil is different. And yeah, then there's these EX cards. And it's funny, the EX cards really stand out compared to the old art style. It really shows how the card art style has changed over the years. Anyway, that pretty much wraps it up for this portion of the video. Now we're going to take a look at the little damage counter dice thingy-majiggy. Okay, so this is the alternative to damage counters and dice. I'm not really sure why they included this. It feels a bit silly. It is massive, though. It takes up way more space than a coin or just a bag of, damage counters would take up. It is quite impressive, though. It is a thingy. Okay, so I've looked up how some of this works. These obviously are the damage counters, or these little stackable cones, which is kind of nice. That way you don't end up with a mountain of little things on top of your cards. These are the status indicators. Now, this kind of feels like it could be paralyzed or burned or whatever. This feels a lot like it could be poisoned, but there are more statuses in the game than just two colors, so that's a bit weird. Normally we just turn the cards different directions to indicate its status. And then this is for getting heads or tails instead of flipping a coin. So there are two marbles, basically, and they just go down the ramp. And that's heads. And let's see if we get tails or another heads. And that's tails. So that's how that works. And yeah, the cones are kind of cute. They're well made. So that's nice. And yeah, that's the damage counter holder / random number generator with these little orb things. And yeah, we'll just put that away. I'm not going to open up all of the cones because I don't need them right now. This is also plastic, which is nice when most of the other stuff is made of cardboard. Okay, final thoughts on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. Overall, I really do like it. It's mostly positive feelings here. I would have liked to see a few more vintage cards, and a similar feeling goes for this. The damage counter thing, I would have loved to have just seen some vintage damage counters and a reissue of maybe a stack of old school theme deck coins, because those things are great. I love those things. But other than that, the materials of the game board and the deck holder and the damage counter thing, they're good, but the exterior packaging, which is all flimsy cardboard, leaves a bit to be desired, especially if you're someone who likes me and wants to keep the packaging. The other thing is the game board is also a bit unnecessary, but I guess it serves as a case. It is just massive. This is a big item. It takes up a lot of space, and that's a bit of a con to this. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I hope to treasure it for many, many years and keep it with me. I hope to play it with friends, family, and just whenever I feel like going down a bit of a nostalgia hole. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe. I do all kinds of little reviews, and there is a link to this item in the description below, should you want to pick one up. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.